Oh, there you are, YouTube. Do. Subscribe if you're interested, but also no pressure. Today we're going to talk about episode 6 of X-Men 97. It's called Life Death Part 2. Now, Life Death Part 1 did not happen right before this episode. So it's kind of like Part 1 happened, I don't know how many episodes ago, but there's been some time. And interestingly, Life Death Part 1 was actually like 2 episodes put together, right? um, into one. It's like 2 mini-sodes that they crammed together. And then here, this one was kind of the same way, except for it was like cross-cutting, so it wasn't just like, here's an episode about, you guessed it, did you? Charles Xavier. So we finally see Charles Xavier, and he has his whole thing going on with the Shi'ar Empire and everything. But then we also get more with Storm and Forge, and I'm going to talk to you like you've seen the episode, because that's just how I want to talk about it. Spoilers. She gets her powers back. She does, and she is mighty, and it is just beautiful. We got that man, I'm not wearing an X-Men shirt. I should have, because I have an X-Men shirt where she's wearing the outfit that she wears when she gets her powers back. It's like classic. I don't know what era. I guess probably 80s, right? When she looked like that. I could be wrong. I don't know. Someone correct me. When did she wear that outfit in the comics? But anyway, it was just beautiful when she got her powers back. Especially there was like this moment she was like riding alongside or flying alongside horses as they were running, and it was just like so great to see. I don't know. I really liked it. Also, it was really cool. They brought up Storm's claustrophobia. That was something that the movies never brought up, and I remember always being upset about it because it seemed like her claustrophobia was a big thing in the animated series, which is what I grew up on. So when I wasn't seeing it in the movies, I was like, come on, where's Storm's claustrophobia? And this episode, they gave it to us, and I just thought that was really cool. I loved that. She was like kind of sealed in like a coffin sort of thing, and she's doing her whole thing where she's like, I can't breathe. I just thought that was such an interesting character trait or characteristic struggle that she was dealing with as a kid. I always thought that, and again, in the movies, I was like, "Where's this at?" And I like that it's brought back here in the sequel series 97. I think that's very cool. So all that's going on, but also, oh yeah, and she helps Forge too, because Forge, has that, demon hawk virus or whatever growing on his shoulder. So she got the shaded cactus or whatever and healed him with that. But we also have Xavier here, and the Shi'ar Empire stuff was always kind of my least favorite stuff in the X-Men the animated series. I liked like the visuals and everything because I don't know, space is just kind of cool, but I just wasn't as into the storyline. I mean, Gladiator is awesome. He's like Superman, Marvel Superman. Also, Ronan the Destroyer, is that his name? Remember the bad guy from Guardians of the Galaxy 1? I'm pretty sure he was in this episode. Yeah. Oh, anyway. So Xavier, he's trying to live in the Shi'ar Empire, be like the king or whatever or second command or marry the royal. Can't remember her name right now. Who he left with. And her sister's all like, no, he's not loyal. He has to destroy all of his memories of Earth or else he can't marry you. And then they got to try and figure out if he's willing to do that or not, and blah blah blah. And then he's like, I don't know what happened, but he was like, brought everybody to the Astral Plane and was giving them like an education, and then all of a sudden like everybody turns into skeletons, and then a giant huge Galactus sized Gambit shows up and he's a skeleton, and I don't know who's doing this to him. Is it Jean Grey? I don't know, maybe Jean Grey is doing this, but you see giant skeleton Gambit, which looked awesome. So I'm guessing whatever was going on in his head, he was understanding that Gambit had died. And maybe he just felt that. Maybe he felt it. Maybe it wasn't like somebody letting him know. But he found out, and he's like, you know what? Screw all of, this space stuff. I'm going back to Earth, and I'm going to go be with my X-Men, and I'm going to go save them. And you know, make sure nothing like this happens again, because I don't want another dead X-Men, and that's because you know, Gambit's gone. He was gone in the previous episode. Other cool things about this was Nightcrawler Hello shows up in the opening credits. Now that was really awesome to see. We'd never seen that happen before. It wasn't in the opening of he was not in the opening of the original animated series, so it was cool to see him here. But I also noticed in getting him, we dropped Bishop, so Bishop is no longer in the beginning. Which I guess makes sense because he's off with baby Cable right now. So anyway, I thought it was a interesting episode. The Shi'ar stuff, you know, I did kind of have to like, I don't know, I don't know. I think I was just like kind of like living a little bit with my old memories of the animated series, where it was like this stuff is not quite as interesting to me as a lot of the Earth stuff. You know, to me, it's more, I don't know. I think I like the Earth stuff. Some of the Space X-Men is cool. I don't know. It's like I like the visuals, but I don't always like the story. Maybe it's too complex for me or something. I don't know. But anyway, did you watch the episode? Did you watch episode 6? And if so, what did you think of it? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more pure hangout.